Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3181, The Blind Man and the Elephant, retold by Karen Beckstein. Summary of the story is this: a retelling of the fable from India about 6 blind men who each get a limited understanding of what an elephant is by feeling only one part of it. Long ago and far away, there lived the 6 blind men. Although these men could not see, they learned about the world in many ways. They could hear the music of the flute with their ears. They could feel the softness of silk with their fingers. They could smell the scent of food, cooking, and taste its spicy flavor. Together they took care of their home, and they were very happy. Then one day, the blind man heard some exciting news. The prince had received a new elephant at his palace. The blind man had heard of elephants, but they had never had one. They did not know what an elephant was like. "Let us go to the prince's palace," said one of the blind men. "Then we can find out what the elephant is really like." Off they went. It was a long walk to the palace. The blind man grew hot and thirsty, but they did not stop. They could not wait to touch the elephant. Finally, they reached the palace. A guard came to greet them. The blind man told him why they had come. "Of course you may touch the elephant," said the guard. "I'm sure the prince will not mind." The guard led the 6 men to the animal, which stood quietly in the garden. The first blind man touched the elephant's side. "It's strong and wide," he thought. "I think an elephant is like a wall." The second blind man touched the elephant's long, round trunk. "Oh, it is just like a snake," he decided. The third man grabbed the elephant's smooth ivory tusk. "Why, an elephant is as sharp as a spear." The fourth man held the elephant's leg. He thought it was as round and firm as a tree. The fifth blind man held the elephant's ear. The ear was very, very big. Elephant flapped it gently. The fifth man laughed. "It is just like a fan." The sixth blind man touched the animal's long, thin tail. "Elephant is like a rope," he thought. By now it was midday. The sun burned hard in the sky. The guard took the 6 men over to a tall, shady tree. "Why don't you rest here?" he said. "I'll bring you some water." While they waited, the 6 blind men talked about the elephant. "No one told me that the elephant is like a wall," said the first man. "A wall?" said the second man. "Oh no, it's like a snake." The third man shook his head. "An elephant is clearly like a spear." "What?" said the fourth man. "An elephant is like a tree." The fifth man started to shout. "A wall, a snake, a spear, a tree, you're all wrong. An elephant is like a fan." "No, it's like a robe," yelled the 6th blind man. The second sound of angry voices filled the garden. It was the sound of the 6 blind men fighting about the elephant. "A wall, a snake, a spear, a tree, a fan, a rope." All the noise woke the prince. He had been taking his midday nap. "Quiet," he called. "I'm trying to sleep." "We are sorry," said the first blind man, "but we cannot agree on what an elephant is like. We each touch the same animal, but to each of us, the animal is completely different." The prince spoke gently. "The elephant is a very large animal. Its side is like a wall. Its trunk is like a snake. Its tusks are like spears. Its legs are like trees. Its ears are like fans. And its tail is like a rope." "Oh, so you're all right, but you're all wrong too. For each of you touched only one part of the animal. To know what an elephant is really like, You must put all those parts together. The blind man thought about the prince's word. They realized that he was very wise. I will tell you something else about the elephant, said the prince. It is very good to ride on. Now you will ride on it all the way home. So they did. And they all agreed that was the best part of all. The end.